Hi there, my magical star beings. Happy Halloween. This is the last pick a card of Halloween. So I'm very excited to do this reading. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. So in today's reading, we're doing our last Halloween pick a card, which is all about who is stuck in your web of memories. So let's take a look at your crystals and cards, but please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. So for pile number 1, we have red Jasper, and we have the strength card. For pile number 2, we have this pinkish purple agate. And we have the card, the 5 of Cups. And for pile number 3, we have Carnelian. And we have the Knight of Cups. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to, the one that is calling out to your soul the most, and that will be a pile for today. But of course, if you're drawn to more than one pile, always trust your intuition. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose this red Jasper crystal and the strength card, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at who is stuck in your web of memories. So this is our last Halloween pick a card. I'm so excited to do this. So happy Halloween to all of you. We're going to be using just tarot today, I think. If I need, I'll pull some more oracle cards at the end. But I also want to say, please be reminded this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, leave the rest. There could be one person come through or multiple people. You know, if you hear different traits and it makes you think of different people within your life, then it could be that all of them are stuck within your web of memories. So let's get started with your reading. We're going to be using the Crystal Magic Tarot for you, and I feel this person may actually reach out soon. You know why? Because as I was about to start your reading and say hi to you, someone phoned me and they want to deliver something to me. So long story short, doesn't have to do with me, but like it's a sign for your reading, because as soon as I was about to start and say hi to you, someone phoned me. So I feel like this person wants to call you or reach out to you or message you or talk to you and communicate to you in some way. Maybe they want to send you something, or for some of you, maybe they want to see you in person. That's something coming through. So let's take a look at your cards to see who this is. So for some of you, I feel the energy, you could have been with this person intimately, in that type of way, but it doesn't have to be. Let's just take a look at your cards. So spirit guides are my pile number 1s. Who is stuck in their web of memories? Who is stuck in my pile number 1's web of memories? So the first card we have is the Wheel of Fortune with Serpentine. The first card says Carnelian and Strength. Who is stuck in my pile number 1's web of memories? Who is stuck in my pile number 1's web of memories? Let's just see the cards you have here. So we have the 6 of Swords with Aragonite. So this is someone you moved on from. Seems you're not in their life anymore. We have the Nine of Swords with black onyx. We have the Two of Wands with celestite. By the way, it just started raining outside as I started talking to you. We have the Ten of Pentacles with the emerald. We have the Chariot with pyrite. Why does this remind me of Cusco? You know that series with Cusco? Maybe that's a specific message for someone. We have the Lovers with tourmalinated quartz. So this could be an ex-lover for some of you. Or someone you held dear to your heart, since we see a heart here. We have the Hierophant with sodalite, big lessons. We have the Seven of Swords with silver. Ooh, okay. So this person was not having the best intentions towards you. Who is stuck in my pile number 1's web of memories? We have the Three of Wands with aura quartz. And I feel let's get one more card. Okay, 2 came out. 1 spirit. We have the Two of Coins with bloodstone. I'll just use this as the back of the deck card with the Page of Wands. So let me organize your cards and I'll speak about what I see here. Okay, so my pile number 1's, who is stuck in your web of memories? So I'm noticing we have the Strength card, the Wheel of Fortune, the Chariot, the Lovers, the Hierophant. So we have 5 major arcana in your reading, and Spirit really pointed out that I should focus on the fact that we have 5 major arcana cards. This means that this person was an integral part of your life. They had a major theme in your life. Spirit is showing me almost like, you know how you have a movie and you have your main characters and then you have the side characters. This person was a main character in your movie, or one of the characters that was closer to the main character, you. So that's what Spirit's basically showing me here. This person was an important part of your life, and that they taught you a lot with the Hierophant about either platonic love, romantic love, or love in general, what it is and what it's not. A lesson between the heart and the mind. Okay, so the signs I see here, since we have the Strength card as your significator card, the first card that came out for your intro and the card that you chose, we see a lot of Leo energy here. We also see a lot of Taurus energy here, Gemini and Cancer. And since we also have the Wheel of Fortune, that includes Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, so fixed signs. And we do have, well, I think we have Earth energy here. A lot of Earth energy, a lot of air energy, and a lot of fire energy. Okay, so what I feel from your pile, take it as it resonates, but what I feel from your pile is whoever this is, I feel like your time together was very loving. There's something here about, you two always being together. If you were friends with this person, it kind of feels like we're always together. We're 2 peas in a pod. Everyone knows pile number 1 is with this person. Everyone knows, like, okay, everywhere we go together, we're going together. Kind of like we're a package deal. And if this is a romantic situation, same thing. If it's a sibling, same thing. It's like that feeling of like, wherever I go, you're with me. We're a package deal. If someone invites us to a party, this person is taking you with them. Like, it feels like that feeling like, I'm never without you. We're always together. We're a package deal. We're always going places together. Maybe doing similar things together. Doing certain hobbies together. We're at each other's houses. Like, we're always together. We're always spending time together. So much so that it feels like we're almost turning into versions of each other, if that makes sense. You know, when you're spending a lot of time with someone and you start to kind of act like them a little bit, or you start to pick up on their mannerisms and demeanors and certain things they say. I feel that energy very strongly within this pile and how your connection was when you two were together. Whether it was platonic, romantic, situationship, whatever, I feel like it's not a situationship. I feel like with all the major arcana, this person was in your life maybe for a long time, or they were a significant part of your life if they weren't in your life for a long time. And there's something about your connection that felt very passionate. So if it was romantic, an example of this energy is like, we have so much passion, we can't keep our hands off each other. It reminds me of that song, Can't Keep My Hands to Myself by Selena Gomez, I think. Could be mistaken. Or that type of energy, if it's a friendship, it feels very much like we're always together. We're always getting excited about each other. Like, we're maybe always calling each other. There's always like this feeling of excitement in your connection. Like, oh, I'm going to call pal number one because this happened to me today. That kind of feeling in their eyes. And I'm seeing this energy where the both of you spent a lot of time together, where when people would talk about you, they would speak about you two together. It wouldn't be like, okay, I'm speaking about the person. It would be like, okay, I'm speaking about pile number one and this person as well. It feels like that energy of two peas in a pod, a package deal. So for a lot of you, if this was a platonic friendship, I feel the energy of a best friend, or I feel the energy of a romantic lover where they were a big part of our life, or a sibling that felt like a best friend. It feels like that, very much like energy of closeness. Like, we have so much love together, and something about it feels like fated in some way, or feels like we were meant to meet each other in some way with the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like with the Celestite here and the Two of Wands, it kind of gives me the feeling of we're together so much that we also end up, saying the same things to each other, because Celestite is a very intuitive crystal, very connected to those higher realms. So it feels like we're spending so much time together that we're developing this kind of telepathic bond. And like, when I speak to you and I say something, you're finishing my words. It feels like that type of energy, that we have so much closeness that we're just finishing each other's words and finishing each other's sentences. Or I wear this and then you end up wearing something similar. Or let's say I feel like eating pizza and you're like, let's go get pizza, but I never told you. Or it's like that type of energy of like, I'm thinking of something and then you say it. That type of like telepathic bond, if that makes sense. And with the Wheel of Fortune, you could have literally told each other things like, we're soulmates or something like that, or twin flames, or I don't know. I don't think this is a twin flame connection though. But what I do feel is like, maybe you two said things like that to each other, like, oh, we're meant to be forever if it was romantic, or oh, we met for a reason. It feels like that type of energy. And the truth is, you did meet for a reason, but I feel like the energy is a little bit complicated here, because don't get me wrong, there was a lot of love with the lovers here, but I feel like this person, something went wrong somewhere along the lines. Like, I feel like in the beginning, everything was good. Everything was going well. You two had a really strong connection together that felt very fated, that felt very much like you two were meant to meet for some reason, or you had some kind of purpose to fulfill. It felt very much like we just click. like no other. Like I just click with this human being, and sometimes it's hard to find that in the world, like someone you just click with and someone that just gets you and sees you. So I feel like whoever this is, everything went well in the beginning, but then when time went by, something changed within them. Something really changed within them. What is the Seven of Swords energy, Spirit? Please show me. So Spirit is showing me them as a deer, very gentle, very sweet, very innocent and cute in the beginning. Showing me a piece of cake, very sweet individual. But then what happened? Now Spirit is showing me a bee, which is interesting because we have bees on the Two of Pentacles. And this bee is seeing this cake. This bee's flying around and seeing this cake. And your person, whoever we're talking about, is represented by this cake. And this bee is licking its lips like, delicious cake. And then the bee is telling all its friends, come eat this cake. And eating this cake. So I don't know what that represents. Maybe this represents like this person going through life being very sweet, very innocent, very gentle. But because they were so sweet and gentle, maybe they had certain people take advantage of them or use them in some way or make them feel like their kindness is taken for granted, that no one appreciates their kindness or their sweetness. So it turned this person into a little bit of like, not a cunning person, because foxes represent that type of cunningness and that deceit in the Seven of Swords, but I don't think it turned them into that person. Don't get me wrong. How do I put this in words? I'm looking at the eye in the Hamsa hand and how there are a bunch of swords pointing towards this eye, and it feels like I've seen so much darkness in the world. I've seen so much betrayal. I've seen so much mean people in the world that like I'm starting to turn really anxious. And with the depiction of this dead flower here, I'm starting to become a very worried person. Worried that someone's going to take advantage of me, that someone's going to take my kindness for granted. I see this person's energy being like that. And like, I'm now starting to worry, even the people closest to me, do they really love me? Do they really care for me? Or is it just the same thing, like they're taking advantage of my kindness? So it's like, I feel like this person has maybe had people betray them, or people hurt them, or take advantage of them, use them in some way. And eventually all of that builds up into this kind of trust issue where it's like, I don't even trust the people closest to me, because who's to say they won't do the same thing to me? And I don't feel like you did anything wrong to this person. I feel like they were experiencing it outside of your connection. So like, let's say, and I feel like this was happening before your connection, but that build up of that energy with the Seven Swords here going to the eye is like this person has seen so much of it in their lifetime that it's built up. And it's a lesson they are learning in this lifetime. I'll explain more about that in a minute, but I feel they've seen so much of it that now they're starting to get anxious, they're starting to get worried, and this anxious and worry is starting to almost kill their happiness. Since we see a dead sunflower, it's starting to make their happiness fade away. And now the things that were most important to them in love, in friendships, in romance are now like fading away, because it's now like we've lost sight of the core parts of love, because all that has been shown to us is something other than kindness. And all we're trying to show to the world is kindness, like in this person's perspectives and eyes. And all they're seeing is people maybe treat them badly or take advantage of them. And it's creating like this trust issue or this worry, like, can I even trust those closest to me? Like losing sight of what's really important in love, in relationships. And then it's like, this protective mechanism, since we have the 9 of Swords opposite the 7 of Swords, where it's like, I'm so worried of being betrayed, I'm so worried of being hurt, that now I'm going to take this worry, and now it becomes a shadow element, where the shadow self takes this worry and uses something as a coping mechanism, a protective mechanism with the Hamsa hand, because that's a protective symbol. So I see it as like a protective mechanism where it's like, I leave you before you leave me. Or, maybe they were once loyal and I betray you so that I don't have to be betrayed by you. Does that make sense? It feels like that energy where I don't think this person meant to become that way, but it became sort of like a coping mechanism. Like, I can't let you hurt me first, so I'm going to hurt you first and then walk away from you. So I see that person in this energy, and like, they were once a loyal person and a very kind-hearted person, a person very in touch with their heart. But then there was like this kind of battle between their mind and their heart of like, should I be more of this person that is conscious of who I allow in my space? And that's good to be discerning. It's good to be discerning of who you let into your heart. But then it's like this person started going with their mind more, because it feels like, my heart is deceiving me, because my heart is choosing people that don't show me love. So now I can't trust my heart anymore. I can't trust my heart. I'm going to close off my heart, and I'm only going to trust my brain. I'm only going to trust my logical mind. And here it looks like this person may betray me, so I'm going to leave first before they can do that. Like, it feels like that type of energy of like this person closing off their heart, shutting off their heart because of all the pain they've been through, because they're so worried of being hurt again that they don't want to open it back up again. And I feel like this is their lesson in this lifetime. Why is that, Spirit? So Spirit is showing me the justice scale. Something needs to be put back into balance. And I feel it's also past life energies. So they have been put with a lesson of balance between the mind and the heart in this lifetime, and balance in love. Learning to create balanced and healthy love that feels harmonious, that doesn't feel like one person is overpowering the other, that feels very much like in balance and in sync. So this person is learning in this lifetime to balance their heart and their mind. And to balance that discernment, but also balance that feeling of going in with an open heart and not shutting off our heart completely. So right now they're in an imbalance, but that imbalance is teaching them a lesson to come back into balance, if that makes sense. You may have also, or this person may be learning lessons of speaking their truth. Either you learned that in this connection with the sodalite and the Hierophant, or they learned that with other people around them. But I feel something about this is a key to knowledge to allow you to understand this person better, and whatever changed them or whatever created this shift in them. Because I'm hearing this TikTok sound that's like, what happened to us? We used to be best friends. So it feels like something changed this person in some way. Like, it really feels like something changed them. It feels like they turned to the survival instinct. It feels sort of like they're in fight or flight mode, like they've turned to a survival instinct of, I need to close off my heart so that I don't get hurt again. I see other people in the world being cunning, so I'm going to be this way so that I don't encounter that danger. And I'm looking at the tiger symbolism online. It says strength, cunning, majesty, immortality, courage, power, bravery, focus, and danger. So it's like, something about this lesson is bringing them inner strength and teaching them to take back their power from those situations and people that took away their power and made them anxious, and turn that wheel around, turn that situation around something about the situation with you as well, because I think they're going to see that maybe you didn't deserve, how they kind of, I'm hearing lashed out on you, or how they kind of changed up on you because you weren't actively hurting them. And if you did, I don't think you meant to, because, I mean, your energy is coming through very loving, but I feel whatever situation took away their power, they're learning a lesson to take back their power and strength from them. But through this feeling of survival instinct and becoming like this cunning person to avoid danger, it's like we can't be like that forever. So eventually we're going to have the courage to open up our heart again, because we can't close off our heart forever. And that's what I take from the strength card, because it's like, yes, that seems like a weakness to open up your heart to this person. Like, yes, it seems that way because maybe people have taken advantage of their kindness and sweetness. But the greatest strength is to be able to open up your heart to someone, to trust them with your heart. Maybe not give your whole heart open to them without discerning who they are and their character first, and their values, and does that match up with me? And are they the type of person that is going to be caring and loving and kind to my heart, or are they going to break my heart? That's also something that we need to balance out. But it's like, eventually this person's going to need to open up their heart, and they're going to find that they're feeling weak for opening up their heart. But eventually that is going to show them some kind of lesson here, where it's like, oh, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I shouldn't have shut out all these people from my life that were trying to love me, especially pile number one, that were trying to love me, that was trying to love me in a way no one else was, but I was just closing off my heart to them because I believed it was weak to open up my heart. But now I realize the greatest strength is opening up your heart with courage. And I feel like this person is learning that lesson in this lifetime, and it relates back to past lives and this feeling of like self-destruction as a result of a coping mechanism. So there is a Hamza hand here. I'm also noticing we have a hand here with an eye on it and two hands here. And a hand here. So I want to see what the spiritual meaning of a hand is, because it's showing up in your reading a lot. It says hands shown in various positions symbolize inherent energy such as meditation, receptivity, unity, and wisdom. The hand has long been thought as a conduit of power, transforming unseen energy into the world of form. Okay, so what I take from this is this person's learning wisdom from whatever lessons are taking place here. And they're learning to break the cycle, because I feel like this has happened in past lives as well, where they were hurt by someone and they took that broken heart and covered it with ice caps. I'm seeing Frozen where, like she shuts herself away in that place where she creates that ice castle or something. I'm seeing like this person in their own ice castle. They've become the ice queen, ice king all of a sudden. And it's like they've closed off their heart completely and become cold. But eventually that ice is going to melt away. Eventually things do change. I'm not saying to go back to this person, but I'm just speaking about what I see here in terms of the lessons they're learning. I feel like if this person was to learn this lesson and if they were to grow, which I don't feel is right now, I feel maybe in a few months or a few years, and if you still wanted them in your life, maybe you two could rekindle that connection and reignite that connection if they're ready to open up their hearts and they've learned that lesson, then okay. But I'm also not saying you have to, but I feel like with the Three of Wands, this person is planning to come back into your life, planning to communicate to you in some way, but I'm not sure that they've completely learned the lesson yet. I'm also getting for some of you, this person had a position of authority over you, like a teacher, a parent, a boss, something like that. And you were very close together in some kind of community. You two had a strong communication, okay? And it felt like you two just understood each other. It felt like a very spiritual connection in some way. So I feel like in the beginning with the Lovers card, you two had a lot of this feeling of like committing to each other and choosing each other, and you two were on the same page. And I felt like you two had the same feelings towards each other. You had a similar thing of what you both wanted with the Two of Pentacles in your lives together. And you two were actively working towards, building this together within your own lives. Like for a lot of you, this felt like someone you went to school with, that you were best friends with, or someone you were best friends with your whole life, or a lover that you dated for many years, or an ex-husband or ex-wife. It feels very much like that, like we shared a lot together. We shared a lot of memories together. We were always together, like that type of feeling. We went to different places together with the Chariot. We experienced a lot of beautiful memories, maybe even traveled together. It's like we were always together. I'm hearing that song, You and Me Always Forever. So it felt like this was a type of connection that was going to last forever. But the tricky energy here was feelings were running high in this connection, but I feel like this connection basically ended because you were protected from this person in the end. Because I feel like when they started using this fear and started turning to this coping mechanism of shutting off their heart to prevent getting hurt, that was when it was gonna in turn start hurting you. And I feel like in turn with the Hamsa hand here, because this person started turning cold and started becoming a little bit deceptive, and they lost sight of that loyalty and that feeling of I choose you. It felt very much like they became two-faced, shallow, fleeting in affection, opinion, and loyalties, and avoided responsibility for some of you. Something here was a test to this person, but I feel like they were removed from your life because you were protected from them. And with the Six of Swords, you've definitely moved forward. I feel like you've even moved on from this connection because it felt like we were so close to each other in this connection, but it feels like now I've moved on. I've realized, okay, first you go on, you first miss this person because they felt like an integral part of your life and your heart. At first it feels weird, feels a little bit empty, feels a little bit different, but we continue moving forward. We continue living on life. We maybe meet new people, we heal, we grow, we start planning our own things, start focusing on our own things, and then eventually life just changes and you start forgetting about that person. You don't forget about them forever because you had beautiful memories with them. But I'm hearing like BoJack Horseman's voice where he said, it was good while it lasted. And this person is stuck in your web of memories. My pile number ones. I feel like after you two separated or after your connection ended, I feel this person tried to add value to their life in different ways with things they thought they would bring them value, like, setting certain goals, which is a great thing. It's a very beautiful thing, but it's like they were shutting off their heart, right? And it's like, okay, I'm going to go after these things, set these goals. I don't need pile number one. I don't need anyone. I'm going to succeed and I'm going to go after this. And I'm going to take action towards it. And I'm going to move towards this. Or maybe they even moved to a new city, a new country with a chariot. Maybe they moved somewhere else. Or maybe they wanted to move towards financial abundance with the Ten of Pentacles, since the Chariot is facing that card. But it's like they lost sight of what was really important. Because the shadow side of this is single-minded and selfish behavior. Overly focused on getting ahead rather than enjoying what is already here now. There's nothing wrong with going after goals and setting that, but it's like this person did it in a shadow energy where it's like, F pile one, F everyone, I don't need anyone, I don't need love, I don't need friendships, I don't need anyone. I'm hearing, fuck bitches, get money. Like, I don't know, like, why that made me laugh, but it's like, fuck everyone. Sorry for my language, but it's like, fuck everyone, I don't need anyone. Like, I'm gonna get money, I'm gonna get this. And it's like, yes, that those things are amazing and they can bring us opportunities. They can help us in so many ways in material abundance. But at the end of the day, when we all die, are we taking our money with us or are we remembering the love? So I really feel like this person kind of got lost along the way. Like I'm hearing that Erykah Badu song. Trying to think what the song name is. So the song is called Didn't You Know? And I feel like in the song she talks about sometimes as humans we can go on the wrong path. We can make the wrong decisions. But our heart will always lead us back to the right path. And that's the key for this person to take, to open up their heart again. And their heart will always lead them to the right path again. Their heart will always lead them back to what is truly important, what is truly valuable. Okay? And I feel like this person has melancholy, I hear. Like, they have a sadness and a pain, but they don't want to admit it. They want to kind of throw themselves into ambition and into succeeding. And that's a great thing, like I said, but it's like they're losing sight of what is truly important to them. They definitely may have moved or may have changed a lot ever since you ended your connection. They could be a completely different person now, where it's like, even if you try to connect, you're not the same people you once were when you were still in each other's lives. And I feel like that's why Spirit isn't maybe giving me a lot about their traits and qualities, but more on what happened so that you understand who they are. Because if I try to explain their personality now, it doesn't match up to the person you once knew. I'm now hearing another song. Somebody I used to know, that song by Agate, I think his name. I don't know how to pronounce it, but you've definitely moved on from them, and I feel like even if they try to plan to come back into your life, you are protected against their energy until they heal, until they can understand this lesson and overcome it. And if they are in alignment with you and your soul's path, then it can happen. But I also don't want to guarantee that, because I feel like you two are on different life paths now. You two are on different energetic frequencies now, that it's like you two have even become different people, where it's like, will you two even relate these two new versions of yourself? That is the question. So if this person reaches out, maybe hear them out, hear what they have to say, but also have strong boundaries up. That will be my advice for you. So this is who is stuck in your web of memories. So they're stuck in your web of memories. They're still thinking about you. They may be regretting what has been happening, which is maybe why they want to reach out to you in the future. They're planning to. So this was your reading. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number twos. If you chose this pinkish purple agate crystal and the Five of Cups, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at who is stuck in your web of memories. So this is the last Halloween pick a card. Happy Halloween, by the way. So please be reminded, this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. We're going to be using just tarot cards today, so we're using the Crystal Magic Tarot. Let's get started with your reading and see who shows up for you, who is stuck in your web of memories. So there could be more than one person show up, or it could just be one person. So when you're listening and it makes you think of only one person, then it could only be that one person that's kind of like stuck in your web of memories. And then if you think of maybe different people in your life, you can take that as like the traits maybe remind you of different people in your life, then you can take that as all those people are included in this reading. So let's see what comes up for you. So, spirit guides of my pile number 2s. Spirit guides of my pile number 2s. I just want to shuffle your deck quickly. Spirit guides of pile 2s. Spirit guides of pile 2, please come through. Who is stuck in my pile 2's web of memories? Who is stuck in my pile 2's web of memories? Who is stuck in my pile 2's web of memories? So the first card we have here is the Queen of Wands with Tanzanite. The first card is the Five of Cups with pink tourmaline. We have the Three of Pentacles with chrysoprase. We have the Six of Pentacles with yellow topaz. Who is stuck in my pile number 2's web of memories? We have the Lovers with tourmalinated quartz. We have the Three of Cups with garnet. Who is stuck in my pile number 2's web of memories? We have the Six of Cups with pink opal. We have the Strength card with Carnelian. This was pile number 1's card, so that's interesting. Were some of you drawn to pile 1? If so, there may be more messages there for you. Page of Wands, because the Lovers also came out in pile 1. I didn't realize I put the Strength card back in the deck, but oh well. I guess it was meant to come out for you. We have the Temperance card with Lepidolite, but I feel this energy is different from pile number 1. So if you weren't drawn, that's okay, but yeah. We have the Fool card with the green aventurine. We have the Knight of Coins with green Jasper. And we have the Queen of Pentacles with gold. I think that's all the cards we're going to take for now. So the Four of Pentacles wanted to pop out. You know, the Six of Cups is here. So this is definitely someone from your past. This person's no longer in your life, for sure. But they're still holding on to you with the Four of Pentacles at the back of the deck. I mean, not at the back of the deck, it wanted to pop out. So at the back of the deck, we have the Nine of Wands. Okay, so my pile number 2's, who is stuck in your web of memories? For some of you, I believe this person was a friend of yours with the Three of Cups, or someone you were close to. For others of you, maybe like a co-worker with the Three of Pentacles. But this energy feels more closer with the Lovers and the Three of Cups. So if it was like a co-worker, I believe you two would have been like best friends at work or really good friends where maybe you'd celebrate together or go out together. Or for some of you, this is an ex-lover. Or for some of you, it's all of the above. Okay, so when I try to explain the messages I see here, just take it as it resonates, because this is a general reading. And if it, like I said, if it makes you think of different people in your life, they could all be stuck in your web of memories. So I feel strong friendship energies here with the Three of Cups, but more closer friendships, like, like going out together. You're seeing the different side of me, like I'm sleeping over at your house. You're maybe even having us share secrets together. Like, we're trusting of each other. It feels like that energy. We're celebrating each other's wins. It feels like that type of close friend, like where we have a group chat together, where we're always speaking, or maybe this is a group of friends. And then the Lovers makes me feel like you two were very close, regardless of if it was romantic or platonic or any type of connection you had. It felt very close. Okay, and you two felt very comfortable with each other. You two spent a lot of time together, and I feel like this person and you two were always generous with each other. I feel the type of connection you had, like if this person had extra money and you didn't, and was like, let's go out for lunch, I feel like they'd pay for your lunch. Or maybe they'd pick you up sometimes. Or if you were experiencing an emergency, they'd help you. It feels like that type of energy of closeness where it's like we're giving to each other. Or like, let's say this was a neighbor for some of you and you two were really close, like you two were friends, and it's like tonight I cook for you and tomorrow you cook for me. It feels like that type of generosity, where like, let's say you're in trouble, I'm going to help you. Same with me, like that type of feeling is what I feel here from your connection. So you were very, very close to this person. Let me now go ahead and describe the connection. Well, I'll describe more about the connection in a bit because I see more here, but I want to speak about this person and who they are. So in terms of zodiac signs, we have the Lovers, the Strength card, and Temperance, and the Fool as major arcana. So I'm going to look at those first. With the Lovers, we have Gemini. With the Strength card, we have Leo. With Temperance, we have Sagittarius. And with the Fool, we have Pisces. I'm also noticing we have a lot of Pentacles cards. So this person could be an Earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. A lot of Earth energy here with all these coins. We also have a lot of Cups cards. So we have 5 of Cups, 6 of Cups, 3 of Cups. So this person could be a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And we do have some fire energy, but I feel more of the water energy and the earth energy. But for some of you, there could also be fire energy here. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So those are the signs I feel from your reading. And in terms of who this person is, who is stuck in your web of memories. So for a lot of you, since we have so many major arcana in your pile, I do feel like this person was very close to you and they were an integral part of your life. It doesn't feel like just a stranger. It feels like this person was really a part of your life. You experienced a lot of memories together and they're clearly stuck in your web of memories. So this person, I'm seeing them be a very outgoing person. I see the type of person where they have a lot of courage to be themselves in the world. And I feel like you could have learned a little bit from them with the Page of Wands. Like you could have learned a little bit from their courageousness. This feels like the type of person, like let's say for example if you're friends with them and you two go to an event together, it feels like that type of person where like let's say I'm a little bit more introverted, me specifically I am, and I go out with this person, I feel like they will start talking to different people and they'll start introducing me and be like, oh hey, this is Siren, this is blah blah blah, like you two have this in common, start speaking. It feels like that type of energy, or that friend that would maybe like make matchmaker energies, like that type of person that knows a lot of people, very like extroverted, or they could be a little bit of a socialite, or just very well known by people in general. I feel that type of energy. I feel a lot of feminine energy, but it doesn't have to be, because we also have, just energies here. Because sometimes, like, I'll read for a person and, like, let's say they're a man, and then a lot of queen cards will come out. So it's not to say for sure, but I do feel a lot of feminine energy. I feel this person being someone that is very dynamic, very unique as well. And it's like the type of energy they have is within their uniqueness. They're not afraid to show that to the whole world. They're not afraid to have that courage and boldness to be themselves in the world, to be their own authentic self. And I feel like this person is either like someone that is very like bold in the way that they dress. Like, I'm hearing that song "I'm a Fashion Killer" by Destroy Lonely, I think, but it's kind of like giving that vibe of like, I'm dressing up, but I'm not afraid to get overdressed, or I'm dressing up and if I outshine people, I don't care. um it's not like in a bad way, but it's almost like I don't care if I get overdressed. I don't care if I make a bold statement with the way that I look, because I'm going to go out there and I'm going to shine with the peacock energy. I'm going to stand out. So this is someone that really stands out from the crowd. Maybe they have something to them in the way that they look that makes them stand out in the crowd. Or maybe they have something about their voice, or something about their height, or something about their weight, or their skin tone, or something about their face or their hair. Something about them physically makes them stand out in some way. And they have this very like bold and confident energy, or at least that's what they show the world when they're going out. It feels like that type of person that everyone notices, that everyone kind of is inspired by in some way. And when I say bold, it feels like Rihanna's energy, or like, you know how Kim Kardashian she wore Marilyn Monroe's dress, and a lot of people thought that was controversial and got angry at her because she stretched out the dress. But like, she didn't give a F, because she wanted to wear that dress. It feels like that type of energy. Maybe not exactly the same, but I'm just using that as an example. This person really stands out. And if it's not in the way that they look, maybe it's their mind that makes them stand out. Maybe it's the way they have connections to people. There's something about them that makes them stand out, like the peacock. They could be a little bit flashy at times for some of you, or they could really enjoy fashion. They could really enjoy doing their makeup if they're a woman, or they could really enjoy like buying nice things for them that make them feel good, like decorating their home with the Queen of Pentacles. It feels like this person likes material things, but not in a way where it's over the top, but I'd say they like to feel good. They like to have luxurious things. They like to spend a little bit more money on themselves. For example, if they're buying skincare, I see them spending a little bit more money to make themselves feel good. Or I see them, maybe liking a lot of self-care, coming home after a long day and drinking a glass of wine and pouring a bubble bath. It feels like that type of energy of like self-care and self-love, and I'm putting a lot into me as a investment. So this person could, when they buy pajamas, for example, they could like to buy things that feel good on them in terms of textures and qualities, things that are long lasting, things that really make them feel good, because it seems that they work really hard for whatever money they have. So they really like to spend on themselves and spoil themselves. This is the type of person that likes to spoil themselves. And if they decorate their home, they could, really want furniture and bed sheets and things that are like good quality, that are going to last a long time. And if they're going to put up, paintings in their home, they want it to look a little bit aesthetic. This is someone that likes aesthetics, that likes the way things look. It needs to be a certain way. It doesn't matter what aesthetic they have, but they like things to look a specific way. They could be a very independent person, very happy-go-lucky too. They feel very inspiring to me. Like other people look at them and they seem inspiring in some way. They seem like they have this go-getter attitude and this very ambitious quality, like where they want to go out and achieve something. Um, I feel this person's very infectious in some way. Like if they had to laugh or smile, it would just make you laugh or smile. This person can be a little bit glamorous too. They can be a little bit competitive for some of you, but I feel like it doesn't come from a bad place. I'm not picking up any bad energy from this person, to be honest. But I feel like sometimes they can be a little bit competitive or a little bit of like an overachiever for some of you, or like that first person that wants to be the one that wins, that wants to be the one that stands out. Which there's nothing wrong with, but I feel like sometimes this person can be a little bit over the top. They can take it too far sometimes. Like even with their jokes, like I feel like they're a very funny person. They know how to make people laugh. They're very charismatic. They know how to speak to people and get people to open up, especially like in a situation where they're meeting strangers and things like that. They really know the right things to say to people to get them to open up. But then at the same time, sometimes like for some of you, they can take it a little bit too far sometimes. But this person has a lot of warmth to them. I feel like they have a good attitude about life, and it's like they warm up everyone around them. You know, they have a good nature and vision. And even if they can be a little bit over the top sometimes, they do want to pursue win-win situations. Like if they collaborate with someone, for example, at work, they want to create a win-win situation. They're not someone with a negative energy or that takes advantage of others. They're actually a very generous and loving person. I mean, in the Five of Cups, we see this person holding onto a heart. This person does have a big heart, but sometimes they're a little bit misunderstood because of the outside perspective people see of them, this glamorous side. But when you really get to know them, you'll see that, well, I'm sure you know this. You'll see that they're a very generous person, but maybe this is like the outside mask they wear to the world, like the socialite energy. But then when you really are in their circle, you'll see how kind they are. You'll see how generous they are. You'll see that maybe they aren't so perfect, because I feel like some people may call them perfect, but you'll see that maybe they've experienced some heartbreak and some pain, and they've experienced some disappointments in the past when it comes to people they love with the Five of Cups. But this person does have their heart in a good place. Though I will say sometimes they can take on a lot and feel fatigued by work, by projects. And sometimes they feel like unwilling to put in effort, when they are fatigued, which is, I guess, something I see here, because I feel like sometimes this person overestimates what they can do and they always want to prove themselves wrong. I don't feel like this person wants to prove other people wrong. I don't think they actually care about what other people think. They give me that very confident vibe, like, F what other people think. Do you get what I mean? And I feel like this person, like I said, they're very infectious. Like they have a very fun, happy-go-lucky energy to them. And that's what I feel here. This person also has great ideas. Maybe someone creative for some of you. Maybe someone that likes to put good food in their body, take care of their body. I'm getting this vibe of like eating fruits and vegetables, taking care of my body, taking care of my skin, making myself look good so that I can feel good. And I'm not looking good to impress anyone. I'm looking good for me. Like I'm putting in time and effort for me. And when this person really puts in time and effort towards something, they're going to go above and beyond to really make sure they're not half-assing it, is what I get from this person's energy. This person can be a little bit direct and forward with their communication, but I also feel like they have that charisma to them. I feel like this person can be a little bit persuasive, but in a good way. They're also very wise and playful with their communication. They feel like a very light-hearted energy, and I feel like with the Fool card, there may be someone that enjoys experiencing new things, like enjoys going to new places, going to new restaurants, traveling. They could be a little bit free-spirited, and I feel like this is the type of person that's kind of like down for anything. Like, if I was to maybe call them and be like, I feel a lot of friendship energies for most of you, but for some of you, it could also be an ex lover. Um, it feels like, okay, if I call them and be like, yeah, let's go away for a weekend here, they'd be down for it. It feels like that type of energy. And I feel like they could have a very youthful energy to them, or they could have, if they're not looking youthful or younger than you, they could have a very youthful and young personality, like young at heart, very free spirited, but at the same time also very ambitious and eager to get ahead with many great ideas and passion for life. Okay? But when they do feel passion towards something, they don't mind the patience of getting there. I feel like this person is a very patient person with the Temperance card. When they're really passionate about something, they have that go-getter attitude where it's like, if I have to learn and take my time going towards that, that's okay. I'm going to do that. I'm going to continue going after it until I make that my reality. And that's what I feel here. I feel like this person has a heart of gold. They're a very kind and generous person. Yeah, that's what I feel from them. I feel like for some of you, this person can be a little bit of a workaholic, but I don't think it's to the point where all they do is work, because since the Knight of Coins is next to the Fool, I feel like they do like to have fun and they do like to go out. And I feel like if you were to ever go out with this person or ever just be around them, like I said, their energy is infectious where you just start having fun no matter what you're doing. Even if you're watching a movie at home and drinking wine together or drinking a beer together and like watching something on the TV, it's still fun. Even if you're just having a conversation with them on the side of the road, something about them brings like excitement into it. Like, even when they're working, I feel like with their coworkers, they're like that. Um, like they're a very talkative person and very determined at the same time, but also very protective over those they love. I feel like this person could be a little bit of like that type of person that likes to take care of those around them, or is very protective over their belongings or over what they have. Like I'm feeling an energy here of, if you had to take something from this person without asking to borrow it, they get very protective over that and very strong with their boundaries. Like, although this person's a little bit of a socialite, they're also someone that is also really independent. And I feel like that's a good thing, because sometimes they like to do things alone and just be a little bit more independent. I don't think this person likes people telling them to do things, especially in a way where it comes off overpowering. This person also seems like someone that has a lot of energy, um, like to get things done and to do things and to kind of go towards the things they want. They could be a little bit like of a multi-passionate person that has interest in many different things, but then sometimes they lack a little bit of focus and follow through, but I think their determination gets them through in the end towards where they want to be. When I say active, I feel like this person just moves around a lot. Like they're very much like either exercising a lot, or like they like to go on things like hikes, like, or, when you're talking to them, they have like a lot of energy. That's what I see here. I feel like this person is a very reliable person. Like when you ask them to do something or you ask them for something, they are going to follow through on that. But I also feel like this person has maybe experienced setbacks and delays within their own life when it comes to the things they are passionate about and the things they want, where they had to gain a lot of strength through that. I also feel like this person has experienced some disappointments within their life, within their past, with the Five of Cups, with people they really cherished and loved the most. So I feel like sometimes this person puts on a little bit of that persona to the world, but deep inside their hearts, it's like, I think it's because they're very careful of who they allow to get close. Like, yes, they're kind of like showing up as a socialite that likes to talk to many different people, but to really allow yourself to get close to this person, you really need to, show them, and have patience with them that you're a trustworthy person. And I feel like that maybe takes time with this person to open up on that level, because they give me the vibe like people may think they know them, but they only know the surface level of this person. I feel like this person's also very loyal. So they take it very seriously when they let someone into their heart, because I don't think they want to get disappointed again. What I will say though is maybe after you two stopped being in each other's lives, or if you're still in each other's lives, for some of you, maybe you are, but with the Six of Cups, I feel for most of you, this is not someone in your life anymore. I feel like they're mourning something, or kind of like healing from loss, healing from things that have happened to them in the past. I feel like right now they're in a stage of self-love, compassion, and self-healing. Okay? I feel like this person is healing a lot from their past, and I feel like they're kind of like in this healing journey. Maybe they're needing support from someone right now, because I feel like they're healing from something big within their heart, but I don't think it's something they show everyone, unless those that are closest to them see it. But I feel like after your connection, I feel like they've been really focusing on building self-love and healing their heart. And I'm feeling like they could be experiencing a deep sorrow, grief right now, or feelings of guilt, shame, or failure, But I feel like they're also trying to remind themselves that the past is in the past and kind of look ahead towards brighter futures, but they're also being patient with themselves right now. And I feel like maybe why this person is stuck in your web of memories is because they're remembering a lot of the good times you had together. And maybe they're remembering how much love you gave them and how much of the great memories you had together with the Six of Cups, because I feel like since this card has a fairy on it, I feel like this person feels like you two had a very playful connection. Very much like lighthearted, and it felt very mystical in some way. Like maybe they miss your mystical energy. And I think since they're healing a lot of past memories, they could also be thinking back to you a lot. Thinking back to the times you had together, thinking back to the love you shared together, the loyalty you had together. And I feel like there's something very gentle and soothing about you that makes them feel stronger within. I don't think this person's very sentimental with feelings, like with speaking, unless you get really close to them. But they're also feeling like you're a very wise person that can maybe give them the advice they need right now. And I think they also want to connect back with you, because it's like you remind them of something within their past where it's like you two had a really good and strong connection together. And like I said, I don't feel any bad energy from this person, but what I do feel was there was a lot of challenges, setbacks, or delays in your connection that kept you two apart in some way, or challenges in your connection in some way. So this is what I feel in your reading. If this person does reach out, I guess see what they have to say. But yeah, this is who is stuck in your web of memories. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number threes. If you chose this Carnelian crystal and the Knight of Cups, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at who is stuck in your web of memories. So please be reminded this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. By the way, happy Halloween. This is the last Halloween topic for Halloween, so I'm pretty excited to see what shows up in your reading. We're going to use just tarot cards today, so we're going to use the Crystal Magic Tarot. So let's get started and see what shows up in your reading. By the way, more than one person can show up in the reading. If I say certain traits and it makes you think of more than one person in your life, then you can take it as all those people are stuck in your web of memories. But if I describe someone and it sounds like just one person in your life, then it's just that one person. So let's see what cards show up for you. So I just want to shuffle your cards first. So Spirit Guides of pile 3. Spirit Guides of pile 3, please come through. Okay, we have Justice starting off. Spirit Guides of pile number 3. Spirit Guides of pile number 3. Who is stuck in their web of memories? Who is stuck in their web of memories? For some reason I feel like coughing. This person could be learning some lessons around speaking their truth, around setting certain boundaries, or speaking in a way that brings more harmony into their connections around them. Who is stuck in their web of memories for pile 3, please? So the first card is Knight of Cups, Ruby. Then we have Justice with Sapphire. Who is stuck in pile 3's web of memories? So we have the Three of Cups with Garnet. We have the Four of Cups with Pink Halite. Who is stuck within their web of memories for pile 3, please? We have the Two of Pentacles with Bloodstone. Who is stuck within pile 3's web of memories? The Nine of Swords with Black Onyx. Who is stuck in pile 3's web of memories? So we have the Six of Swords with Aragonite. I feel my third eye opening, so I don't know if you just intuitively feel that they're thinking about you. That could be. We have the Two of Swords with Obsidian. Someone made a choice to move on here. We have the Eight of Cups. Yeah, someone made a choice to walk away with Rhodocrow's sight. We have the Death card with Jet. So many cards about moving on and walking away. So we have the Eight of Cups, which symbolizes walking away from something important to us. The Death card is like an ending here, a transformation. Two of Swords, making that choice. Six of Swords, moving on. A transition, a change. So something changed here, or someone made a choice to bring in a change that eventually ended the connection, you or them. So who is stuck within pile 3's web of memories? So we have the Empress with Chrysocolla. We have the World card with Turquoise, another ending of a cycle card. And we have the Knight of Wands with Opal. So let me just organize these cards. At the back of the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so in terms of signs I see here of who is stuck in your web of memories, I see Scorpio and Pluto energy. Okay, so they could have a lot of Pluto or 8th house placements within their chart. Okay, and we also see Libra here with the Justice card. The Empress is also Libra or Taurus, Venusian energy, so Libra is coming up a lot. And with the World card, we see Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio. So Taurus, Libra, Scorpio has come up a lot within the major arcana here, which is a theme I saw across all three piles. A lot of major arcana cards, as well as in your reading, because I mean, we have Justice, the Death card, the Empress, the World. So I feel like this person was an important part of your life. They were definitely a strong companion to you in some way, this was a strong connection in your life that had a lot of passion, I feel, but it also influenced your life in a big way, in a major way, okay? And then in terms of other signs I see here, so we have 4 cups card, so there's a lot of water energies here, or there was a lot of emotion shared between the two of you. So either these could be your signs or this person's signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and then we also have 3 swords cards here, so there's also a lot of air energy. So Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. So that's what I feel for the signs here. I feel like whatever happened in your connection, I feel like it started out with honest intentions. This person started out having honest intentions towards you with the Justice card, but I feel someone made a choice here. So the vibe I'm getting here from your connection, like maybe you started out as friends for some of you with the 3 of Cups. I strongly feel this was a friendship for a lot of you, or for others of you, this could have been a connection, but then 3 of Cups could indicate, you two also had a strong friendship together. And there was a lot of like this budding romance between the two of you, if this was a romantic connection, and this kind of like passionate energy where you can't keep your hands off each other, a lot of sensual energy and a lot of romance. If this person was a romantic partner in some way, or crush or situationship, it felt very flirtatious and it felt very passionate and full of, attraction towards each other. But if this was a friendship, it feels like the type of friend that feels a little bit more surface level, but they're still an important part of our life. Like, it feels like the type of friend that we maybe kind of like talk to a lot, and it feels very passionate. It feels like, we're excited talking to each other. If you're a woman watching, this could have been the type of friend where you go out together, you do your makeup, you're like having sleepovers. If it's a man, watching and you were friends with another man, for example, like you could have done a lot of things together, like go out to bars together or be at home together. Like, it feels like that type of close connection, but it also feels a little bit more surface level. Like, it doesn't feel like a best friend, to be honest, but for some of you it could have been. But for most of you, I feel like it was someone more surface level, or someone that was within a friendship group that you got along with, that you were friends with the other person or something like that. Because with the 4 of Cups, it gives me the vibe like you both weren't that satisfied in the connection, but you two did get along and you two did have a lot of balance and harmony together. There wasn't any maliciousness towards you in the beginning, I don't think, but something happened or changed here where this person made some kind of decision, or you made some kind of decision to leave. So I'm seeing a scenario here for someone. Like, let's say this person also could have made a completely different decision. Like, let's say they made a decision to go and move to another country, and maybe, or another city, and that in turn drifted you apart. Or let's say they made some kind of decision to maybe become friends with another person you didn't like, or that you had beef with, and then it's like your connection slowly ended. Or let's say you made a decision to work somewhere else, and let's say this person was someone you were friends with at work, and then eventually the connection slowly died out. Or let's say you actually made a choice to leave, or they actually made a choice to leave. There was a good reason behind this with the Justice card. And I do feel like there was communication on why things ended, but I don't think if this person broke it off with you, I don't think they fully communicated how they truly felt. Because, like I said, this person can be. I feel like this person's connections are a little bit surface level and at an arm's length. Like, I feel like, for example, let's say I'm in a relationship with this person or in a situationship. It feels like they're not fully letting me into their heart. It feels like they do wear their hearts on their sleeve a little bit, and they can sweet talk me a little bit, and they can be very romantic. But like, let's say I'm dating this person, for example, it doesn't feel like they're gonna take me to meet their parents or take me to their house where I see they have kids or see they have, like that type of energy, or tell me about the exes, or, talk about the future together. It feels like that. Or if this is a friendship, it feels very much like we're talking about surface level things. We're maybe going out together, drinking together, partying together, having fun together. But when it comes to the real stuff, it doesn't feel that open, if that makes sense. But I feel like that's just this person's personality. I don't feel like this person lets people too close to them, out of fear with the Nine of Swords. So there was definitely some kind of ending here. Definitely so many cards about ending cycles, ending things. Why did this end? Spirit, show me, why did this end? For some of you, it had something to do with communication. Like, let's say you were dating this person and maybe they were not communicating enough, or maybe they were not learning to communicate in an efficient way. Or let's say this was a friendship and let's say they had problems with communicating in a way that was like, how do I put this in words? Like, efficient in a way where it's like bringing harmony to the both of us. Let's say they just say things and it's like, it comes across as very cold, or like it's not the proper way of communicating. It's not a loving way of communicating, or being very blunt or something like that. Does that make sense? Like, that's the vibe I feel here. Okay, so I'm also hearing that song that's like, I'm like a bird, I always fly away by Nelly Furtado. I don't know where my home is. I don't know where my soul is. So this person needs to find balance within their own heart, needs to find a little bit of themselves first. Maybe that's something they told you, or maybe you kind of figured out like maybe this person's not ready for the type of love if this was romantic, or maybe this person isn't quite ready to experience a friendship with me. It feels kind of like that. But with obsidian here and black onyx showing up, I feel like in some way they kept you at an arm's length to protect themselves out of fear. Like, I think they're fearful of letting people into their hearts. Even here we see a protective symbol. So I feel like whatever situation happened here, whatever lessons this connection taught you, it transformed the both of you with the death card in a very huge way. It taught you both something very huge. It taught you both a lot of lessons. And I feel like if this was romantic or situationship, it feels like this person's a little bit more free. Like, maybe they don't want monogamy, or maybe they don't want to just stay with one person with a Knight of Wands and Knight of Cups. It doesn't feel like this person wants to commit, It feels like they want to kind of jump from one person to the next. They feel a lot of passion at first and a lot of desire. There's a lot of flirtation. But then when it comes to the long-lasting foundations of a connection, I don't think they have that. But if this is a friendship, I feel like same thing. They keep their connections very surface level, and they don't really have that thing of like committing to a friend, or like, I'm loyal to you and like we're gonna stick together and that kind of thing. But like I said, it's due to fear. Like, I really feel if this was a friend, it's that type of friend we just go out and party together, or like we have surface level conversations, but it doesn't feel real. It doesn't, well, yes, it's real, but it doesn't feel that close. Does that make sense? And like, if this was a romantic connection, it feels like we had a lot of fun together, but it doesn't feel like we actually set a foundation together. Like, we spoke about the future, or like we really planned anything together. It felt like maybe this person got bored and like went elsewhere with the Four of Cups. Like, that's what I'm getting for some of you if this was romantic. Or they could be someone that kind of gets easily bored of the things they do have in their life. This person feels like they are the type of person that seeks enjoyment and pleasure in each aspect of their life. They feel like they're here for a good time and not a long time. And they kind of like feel like that person, you can celebrate and you can have fun with. But when it comes to really creating a connection with them, I think they're too laid back. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I feel like the reason they seek this enjoyment and pleasure is because they feel like they need to overcome an apathy and discontentment within their own life. Like I said, they get very bored over what they have very easily. So I don't think this is the type of person you'd really want to commit to. That's what I will say. Like, on one hand, I feel like for a lot of you, this was romantic or a situationship. And if it was like a very seductive person. Like, they just know the right things to say to sweep you off your feet. They know how to charm you, romance you up. But this person showing up as the Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands. So, like I said, they're here for a good time, not a long time. And it's like, they know the right things to say to people, but they don't really have any intention of staying. And if they were showing up as the King of Cups, I'd see it as a different energy. But I'd say, be careful of this person if this is romantic or situationship, because it feels like they're kind of like always looking for the right person, but they're never really satisfied with what they have. Like, if they were to be with you in a romantic relationship, for example, it feels like, you two are together and they're having wandering eyes for other people, wondering if that person could maybe be the one. It feels like they're never truly satisfied with what they have. They always want to move on to the next thing. And like I said, they can sweep you off your feet with a lot of romance, but then at the same time, they're desiring a lot of things. They can be a little bit unreliable, reckless, and deceitful. Okay, and I feel like if this was friendship, same thing but in a different way. It feels like this person was the type of friend like you're speaking to and maybe spilling good tea with. Like, the conversations are interesting and fun and outgoing, but then when it feels like we really want to take our friendship to the next level and create a stronger friendship together, it's like this person's a little bit too free, if that makes sense. Is there anything else here that I'm missing, Spirit, about this person? I'm not really getting much about their personality, but more about like who they were to you and the kind of connection you had. I feel like Spirit's kind of repeating the same messages over and over. Anything else, Spirit, about this person and who they are? They could be someone that likes to read or likes to look at magazines or something like that, or they could be artistic and like to write or something like that. That's coming through. They could be someone a little bit more adventurous and free-spirited, like they're not afraid of death, I'm picking up on. Like, if you had to fly out of a plane with this person, I don't think they'd be afraid. If they're a woman, they could really like makeup and glamming themselves up and getting dressed up. Anything else, Spirit? Like, very free-spirited. That's what I keep getting. They have a lot of leadership qualities and traits, but I think they also shy away from responsibility of things. I don't think they like to have responsibility over things. I'm picking up on a person that may like to get their hair done, their nails done if they're a woman, or man that just likes to keep himself, neat and tidy and like to regularly get his hair done or like go to some place where they do his skincare or something like that. Someone that keeps themselves looking good. Anything else, Spirit? Spirit has also shown me glasses for some. They could like to wear sunglasses or actual glasses. So this is what I see in your reading. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye!